Today, Lauren is going grocery shopping at Target. She walks through the front door. The first thing she does is looks for a cart. There's a long line of carts in front of her, so she takes the first one. Next, she looks around for the cart escalator. She sees it, and she pushes her cart up the escalator. Once it starts going on its own, she looks around for the people escalator. She makes sure she doesn't bump into anyone, and then she steps on very carefully. Since there are people in front of her, she doesn't run up the escalator or walk up the escalator. She just waits. When she gets to the top, she waits for her cart, and she pulls it out of the escalator. Then she checks her grocery list. There's only food on it, so she knows that she needs to go to the food section. She sees a Starbucks, and coffee sounds really good, but she knows that's not on her list. She also sees women's clothing, and it would be fun to shop, and she sees the $1 items, but she knows those aren't on her list, so she keeps walking. First, she walks past all the checkout counters. She keeps that in mind because she knows that she'll need to go there when she's all done shopping to check out. Up here on the right is the CVS pharmacy. She might need that for another trip to get medicine or Band-Aids, but not today. She also sees art supplies and greeting cards, hygiene products. All of those would be good to shop for, but not today. She only has groceries on her list. So she keeps walking to the back toward the food. Here, she sees the food section. First thing she sees is the produce section, which means fruits and vegetables. Cucumber is on her list, and a cucumber is a vegetable, so she knows it will be around here somewhere. She sees bananas, onions, apples. She knows that cucumbers are usually kept cold, so she looks over here in the cold section. And she finds a cucumber. She chooses one and puts it in her cart. 82 cents is a great deal for one cucumber, so she knows she can buy it. The next thing is lunch meat. Lauren knows that lunch meat is also cold, so she wants to stay in the refrigerated section. She sees the milk, but she knows that lunch meat is not near the milk, so she keeps going. She sees other meat in this aisle, so she decides to walk over and see if it has lunch meat also. Sure enough, when she looks up at the sign, it says lunch meat at the bottom, so she's in the right place. She walks over and finds her favorite lunch meat. She puts it in her cart, and the last thing that she needs is bread. Bread is usually not cold, usually in one of the dry aisles, so she looks around for an aisle with the sign that says bread. It's not that way, so she decides to try to go this way.
24 says bread.
She stops because this cart might accidentally bump into her. The friendly person let her go first. She looks up at this aisle sign, and the top one says bread. Here she sees lots and lots of different types of bread, so she decides to choose her favorite, which is also very cheap. A honey wheat bread. That's a great deal for bread.
Bread, cucumber, and lunch meat.
So she's all done. Now she walks back to the front of the store to check out. Again, she doesn't stop and look at anything else because she only had 3 things on her list. She looks at all the checkout lanes, and she's looking for a number that has light on it. The ones that don't have lights are closed. The ones that have lights on are open. Number 3 is open because it has a light. So Lauren gets in line with her cart. She waits patiently because there are people in line in front of her. When it's her turn, she puts all of her items up on the counter. She waits patiently for the person in front of her to finish. When it's her turn, she says hello to the friendly cashier. She puts her cart in front of her as the friendly lady scans all of her items.
Yes, please.
She puts her credit card in the machine. She noticed it beeped, so that means it might have been turned the wrong way. She tries again. She waits for the machine to tell her to pull the card out. The cashier hands her her receipt. Lauren takes her bag, puts the receipt in the bag, and puts the bag in the cart. And then she walks. She is looking for the cart escalator again so that she can go back down. She sees it over here, so she walks over and she pushes her cart in the escalator. She steps onto the escalator very carefully, and since there's a family in front of her, she does not run or walk down the escalator. She gets her cart at the bottom, and now she needs to put it away. She takes her bag out of the cart, and then she very gently pushes her cart into the line of carts. And now she finds the exit. Lauren is all done shopping at Target.